What's good, Commanders fans? So this video will more likely be talking about the Terry McLaurin situation rather than camp updates today and play-by-play, to be honest, because the Terry McLaurin situation is it's just more important than one day of play-by-play of camp. I did see a lot of Commanders content creators out there. They got some videos and stuff like that, so make sure you guys check out their channels. I know ProTech, he got a video of the Debo toe tap touchdown. I'm not going to put that clip up today. I'm just going to show myself. And probably not showing any highlights because, like I said, this is going to be more of a Terry McLaurin update video and then a sprinkle of some updates. And then tomorrow I will be there in person, as people love to say, boots on the ground. I will be there, Nikes on the ground for sure. So I will be there. So I'll be seeing a couple people. Let me know if you guys are going to be there tomorrow. I know a couple of content creators that are going to be there, Commanders content creators that are going to be there. So it's going to be a blast to see them in person. But definitely let me know if you guys are going to be there in person. It would definitely be a blast to meet people. I've probably already seen a bunch of people that I've met before out there as well. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be hot as I don't know what, but it's going to be a great time. And definitely getting there early. Practice starts at 8. So I got to leave pretty darn early from B-More and get down there. So it's going to be a nice commute. It's not that far, but it's going to be, just getting up and leaving early. But all right, let's get back to what I wanted to make a video about. So this is from Adam Schefter. So Adam Schefter said that he thinks, and clearly he's getting information from somewhere. So Adam Schefter's not a guy that's just going to say, he did just say he thinks, but when he does say stuff, he does have information. Like, even dated back to when we went through the whole coaching carousel of who we thought we were going to get, Dan Quinn, and he was like, I don't think it's going to be Ben Johnson or Mike McDonald or whatever the Seahawks current coach is, whoever we wanted. We wanted those two guys. And he was like, I don't think it's going to be Ben Johnson or any. There's a world where it's not going to be those guys. And then he was the one that said we were going to draft Jayden Daniels. He said that like a couple weeks before, or months before the draft. And I kind of think everybody, it was between Jayden and Drake May. And Adam Schefter was correct on that. So there are some things that Adam Schefter hasn't been 100% correct on, but for the most part, he is correct. Now, what I will say, James Palmer, on July 9th, he came out and said, McLaurin does not want to reset the market, but is looking at the 7 wide receivers who are paid $30 million or more. Then Jeremy Fowler came out and said last week on the Young Man's podcast, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the guy's name, but he said that Terry basically said the similar things to James Palmer, like Terry's looking for around like 30 mil, and the Commanders are kind of looking around that $25 million range, which definitely is far apart. So basically what I'm saying is that we have 3 different reports that are saying different things. And we still don't know 100% like what Terry is really asking for. Now, based off this report of what Schefter says Terry McLaurin unlikely to accept less than DK Metcalf's new deal, worth $33 million per year, and likely wants considerably more. Now, remember, Lake Lewis said there's a world where he could get 36 to 37. I don't think he'll get 36 to 37. And Schefter continued to say McLaurin and Commanders don't seem close to a deal. And John Kahn basically said that yesterday too. They're still not close. Even though Terry showed up and is holding in, they're still not close to a deal. So does the panic meter go up? Does the concern meter go up? Not gonna lie to you, it does. It does. Because I was at a 4 last week, I think. I was at like a 2. I was at a 1, then I went to a 2, then I went to a 4. So Buddy Baker is his agent, of course. What is Buddy Baker feeding Terry McLaurin to ask for? Now, the comparison to DK is what I'm seeing. Everybody griping over on social media. Like, is he better than DK? Does he deserve more than DK? And how much is considerably more? Is considerably more 35, 34 mil, 35, 36, 37? Like, and I already said, I'm standing on what I said before. I've always said 33 mil. 33 mil is more than DK. Is it considerably more? No, it's not. But I think 33 is reasonable. I think if he just wanted 30, like Jeremy Fowler said, then you sign the contract. You make that offer. Adam Peters should have made that offer a couple weeks ago, before the Eastern Motors commercial shoot even happened, the press conference. It was if he's just asking for 30 mil. So clearly, in my speculation, just like everybody else in the world speculating, it must be more than 30 mil if they're still far away. But yeah, I hate this situation because there's still a lot of speculation. So, but you look at DK Metcalf's numbers. If you want to compare, Terry has about 70 yards more receiving in his career than DK Metcalf, or 50 yards more. Terry has 6,379 receiving yards. DK has 6,324, so it's like a 50-yard difference, 55 yards in the difference. Terry has 38 touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, and DK has 48 receiving touchdowns. So DK has more touchdowns. But of course, DK has had better quarterback play with Geno and Russell Wilson throughout his career. He's made the playoffs. He's just had a better overall team and better number 2 receivers like Jackson Smith and Jigba. What's the receiver who's on the Lions now? He's like about to retire. Number 16, Tyler Lockett. Better offensive line, just a better organization in general. So, I mean, he's just been in a better situation. So the argument, like, if Buddy Baker is like, hey, he deserves more than DK, I'm on board with that. Like I said, 33 is fine. It's just when you get to 35, 36, 37 where it's questionable in my opinion. But if the argument is that he wants to get paid more than DK, yes, I do believe Terry is a better receiver. The only thing is the age. DK is 27 and Terry is 29 right now. And then when the contract kicks in, he'll be well with like in the tail end of 30 or early 31. So yeah, he's 29 right now. And then he'll be 30 pretty soon. So that's the question mark right there. Are you willing to pay him considerably more than DK? Are you going to pay him more than CD? Like, you're not going to pay him more than Justin. You're not going to pay him more than Jamar. CD's getting 34. And basing off my comments from before, my comment section, when everybody was like, is he better than CD? Everybody in my comment section said he's better than CD. Everybody believes that. What was the other gripe that I had too when I talked about yards, where if all the people who said that he deserves 35, 36, 37, the yardage was the concern for me. Yes, he's gotten 1,000 yards each season, but I did want to at least see like a 1,300-yard season. I wanted to see like maybe a 14. Like Santana Moss gave us a 1,400-yard season. I wanted to see something like that. And everybody's argument against me was that it's not all about yards, which I get that too. Yards can be inflated. You look at Kirk Cousins and his numbers. You look at Dak Prescott and his numbers. Sometimes yardage can be inflated. It's not always the best stat to go off of, but you know, you do want to see at least 1,200 yards, and he hasn't gotten that yet. Yes, quarterback play is the biggest argument. Yes, the teammates surrounding him is the biggest argument too. But a long story short, I'll keep this short and sweet and simple, man. 33 is perfect for me. 33 is perfect for me. When you get to 35, 36, 37 is questionable. I love Terry. I think he's a top 10 receiver. Number 1 in contested catch rate. Number 1 in contested catch percentage, all that stuff, all the metrics and stuff like that. He can still run past you. He's a tough over the middle guy. He's gotten better in the yak situation. He got better catching screens. He got better as a leader, as a captain throughout the playoffs, throughout the second half of the season. That Lions screen catch for a touchdown was huge. The touchdown catch against the Bucs was huge. He stepped up in big moments in the playoffs. And then in the Eagles game, he had a catch and score where he scampered up the field and did that. So he's had some big games. The Moss against Stephon Gilmore. There's so many moments where, you know, we beat the Buccaneers with Tom Brady and he's, you know, hitting on his chest like that. There's so many moments you can talk about Terry McLaurin where he deserves a contract for sure, where he really does. And I see people now comparing him to Courtland Sutton, who's going to get a deal pretty soon. Courtland Sutton is 29 years old. Yeah, 81 catches. And, okay, so Courtland Sutton just got a 4-year, $92 million extension, $23 million per year. That's not good news for Terry McLaurin. That's not good news. I think Terry's better than Courtland Sutton, but that's not good news at all. So, I know Adam Peters is going to be like, look, hey, Courtland Sutton just got 23 mil, and you're asking for considerably more than DK. Like, that's not good news at all for Terry. I'll just say that. So, he's not going to be happy with what the Broncos did and what Courtland Sutton just accepted there. So, Courtland Sutton, if you look at, let me look at some of his stats too, because I know Courtland Sutton, let's see here. Courtland Sutton's been up and down, though. So, like, he had 772 yards in 2023, and he had 10 touchdowns, so that's a lot of touchdowns. Then he had 829. So there's 3 seasons in a row where he did not eclipse 1,000 yards. That's where Terry can still argue that. Where Terry can be like, hey, the last 4 seasons I've had 1,000 yards. Since I've stepped in the league, I've had 900 yards with Case Keenum as my quarterback. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, is my quarterback. So that's the argument where Buddy Baker can go to the table and say that to Adam Peters and Terry McLaurin. So there's different ways you can spin an argument, man. Like this definitely is a nuanced conversation and a conversation where you can definitely argue a lot. Now, what I will say that Terry has the edge over DK. If you look at Terry's catch percentage on Pro Football Reference, he's at 70% last year. DK was at 61. DK's catch percentage was 55 in 2023. Terry was 59. 64% catch percentage in 2022 versus DK's 63. So like they're really mirroring each other. It's like Terry's better than DK, but it's like the difference of who's better is really not far off at all. It's really not. Like just being objective and being honest. I think Terry's is a better catcher of the football and a better route runner. But DK's just stronger and massive and just like more imposing than Terry. So there's differences where you can say one player is better than the other at this and that and stuff like that. You can certainly do that. All right, so for the play-by-play, like I'll just say one play that stood out. Jayden was sharp today, so that's good. He was locked in. He looked really good. Threw a really nice pass to Debo. Laramie Tunsil did not participate. Von Miller did not participate. Another vet rest day for those guys. I think Zach Ertz did not participate either. Jalen Lane had a nice catch. John Bates had a nice catch from Jayden Daniels, so good to see him there. Eckler had a touchdown from Jayden Daniels. The defense did win the day per Rick Snyder. Bill Krosky-Merritt and Tyler Owens, they went head-to-head where they went shoulder-to-shoulder on one play. Bobby Wagner stuffed B-Rob, and Cleveland Farrell had a vet rest day today too. Debo Samuel also Eckler returned kickoff. So like I said, really not much. But you guys chime in and let me know what you guys think about Terry. You guys haven't stated your opinion. Everybody thinks he's better than CeeDee Lamb in my comments. You can look at the video from 2 weeks ago. Everybody said he's better than CeeDee. So if you really think that he should be paid more than CeeDee, I'm just talking about you guys' opinion. And then, like I said, the yards argument, you guys don't really factor in the yards argument when I talk about the situation. So, but aren't you guys definitely comment down your panic meter if your panic has raised. But Buddy Baker has been in the last two practices as well. So, you guys let me know what you guys think. Adam Peters was there too. Some people are saying that since Terry showed up, that Adam Peters may have leaked this information to Adam Schefter. I don't like I said, that's once again, that's another speculation. Everything is speculation at this point. We don't know what is true and what is not at this point. So, all right, guys, as always, hell to the Commanders. See you guys tomorrow in person. Peace.